stump so I can
We
get
got a little
started.
something here.
All right, too many are talking at once. I can't keep up. Sven, do you not have visual?
Yeah, I'm still trying with my camera. I'll get it set up. Get me a minute. It's something
Okay.
with the.
Cool.
It always turns itself off.
Yeah. Renee, do you have visual?
I do. I'm just working on a project and I have to continue working, but I wanted to tune in because I love hearing everything you guys say. I love this group. You guys are mint.
Great.
So
Great.
I'm going to probably go back and forth when I have to play something on my other screen. Okay.
Okay. Yeah, that's cool. No problem. I thought we'd go over a little bit because I noticed that a lot of you don't understand, you know, you're constantly saying, well, what should I use for this? Or what should I use for that? It's so important for you to understand your products and what you have. Who does not really understand what all they've got? Donna. I know there were a
I've
couple.
just been looking at them all, you know, and reading what it says they do and watching the little videos as to what it says they're for.
Right. And that is what everyone should be doing. Okay. It is very important. Let's see, somebody else just came in. Hey, Betty, can you hear us? I guess she can't yet.
Hello, everyone.
Hello.
Hello, hello. What are you up to?
About 5'1".
About what?
About 5'1".
About 5'1". Yes, smart ass. Okay. Who can tell me the difference between X39 and all the other patches?
X39 is more of like a general health thing.
Why?
And the other
X39 is stem cell.
patches are for specific, like for pain or
But what is,
anti-aging or energy.
what is the main difference?
Or what is the main difference?
X39 is stem cells, whereas everything else is either glutathione, energy, sleep, whatever you're seeking. Whatever the patch,
Yes.
carnosine, or I went with glutathione, building block of the immune system.
Right. In other words, the X39 will ultimately do all these things, but when you don't use it, all the other ones are for specific regions. Mark, tell us what the aloe vera does. Since you
For my luminescent skin. Look at this. You got a good zoom on that?
Yep, there you go. Looking good.
So when you wear at night, you wear this and you wake up looking younger.
That's right. I wear mine at night.
Awesome.
Yeah. Okay, and Renee, you held up the glutathione. What does that do?
Well, it's a building block of your immune system, and it helps with your vitamin glutathione patches. It would make your skin look nicer, but it's for overall health. And I've noticed a huge difference. I am a vitamin C megadoser. It's the most like natural antioxidant, and I take a lot of vitamin C. And there's certain things that I can't eat because my body has a terrible reaction. But since I've been using these glutathione patches, I've been trying out, like my husband had gotten some Chinese food and I was like, okay, I'll try it. And the reaction that I normally get is extremely muted from these glutathione patches. In fact, when he brought home the Chinese food, I had already tried a couple of others, a couple of other foods that normally I react to. And I really react to Chinese food. So I put on 2 extra patches just in case. Because I saw other people with patches all over them, and I had asked you, Carol, I was like, what is this? Like, are they using like an energy one and a sleep one and this X39 stem cell one? So I thought it was safe to do. But my major questions are, what is in the patch? People are asking me, what is inside the patch? If it's not drugs, what's inside of it? And then also, does it deplete after 12 hours because your skin muckies it up? Or how? Those are my 2 major questions.
Okay, I think I can answer that.
You want to take the floor, Sven.
Yeah, I saw that question coming. Okay, exactly the same question was asked directly to David Schmidt on stage in Las Vegas where they had the last offline conference, and he basically said, what's really in the patches, it's none of your business. However, because it's like his proprietary, thing that he found out. Now, however, he went into detail saying these are non-transdermal patches. Basically, nothing goes from the patch into the body. So there's no substance. That's just basically the glue that sticks to your body, but that doesn't go into your body per se. Now, these are phototherapy patches. There are certain, based on proteins, manipulated proteins that are in there. Basically, you could eat what's in there, but don't. They act like tiny mirrors. So basically, it takes your body emits light. It's basically heat waves. So heat waves and light waves are just a different spectrum. It's the same spectrum. It's just different wavelengths. So basically, the light that comes out of your body is reflected by the patch back into your body, right into this spot. Because some people say, "Oh, it's a phototherapy patch, but I wear it under my clothes, so there's no light going to that." Well, it's the light that comes out of your body. It's reflected back into, with many patches, into an acupuncture or acupressure point. With the X39, you can basically put that anywhere. I still put in my neck because they say so in the little brochure. But all the other ones work much better if you put them onto the right spot, like the acupuncture or acupressure point. So basically the energy that comes out of that point is reflected back, just certain wavelengths of that, into that point, and that creates the reaction. So it's very important to know that nothing goes out of the patch into your body. So this should be, to most people who have some sort of a concern, what might happen here, what do I get into my body? There's absolutely no concern. It's basically what your body emits. It's just reflected back into it. Now, you could reuse the patches multiple times. It's the best is to use it 12 hours on, 12 hours off, right? So the patches only degrade over time with heat and light. So theoretically, you could reuse them over and over, but for a long time. But don't really do that because it's not like they did studies on the patches, how well they work, and the studies always assumed you use it one time, basically. So there's nothing really, that's not a substance that the patch loses, but even if you put like the envelope in the direct sunlight for 12 hours or so, it's maybe not a good idea. That's why they come in these dark little envelopes. So the degradation basically is just from being exposed to light, and it becomes, after 12 hours or longer, they become unpredictable in quality, basically. That's the only thing. Yeah.
Is there a reason for the 12 hours on and then 12 hours off? I was curious about that as well.
Yeah, absolutely, because your body would get used to it. It's like, that from acupuncture, if you stick a needle into an acupuncture point, you have the reaction, like within an hour, right away, actually. But if you left that needle in there forever, the body just say, "Oh yeah, there's a needle," and not react to it anymore. So same goes for the on 12 hours off protocol. And because LifeWave, out of all companies, is one of those that has like all these studies on the website. Like they have done real pilot and field studies with people, and they had to do a certain protocol that they wanted to study with everybody, so it's the same result for everybody. And the 12 hours on, 12 hours off works pretty well. I mean, with the X39, it's important not to wear it 24/7 because you would just have diminishing returns. Yeah.
So Sven, could one assume that if you have an issue, let's say Mark with his glorious skin, if Mark puts on 2 of those Avidia patches, is that going to work better, or is it a waste of a patch, or a pain patch? Is it more effective to put on 2 or 3, or just use one? And
great question.
I think the most common way, the most common way is use one, and that's what's been studied, basically. I mean, some patches come in pairs, like the Energy Enhancer and the Ice Wave, so use both, of course.
Yeah.
But just use one. Because I mean, you can always experiment, especially with the ice wave or with the ones that do certain things where you have a specific result you want. Let's say you have back pain and you have knee pain, right? So two different centers of pain. Basically, you could put ice wave patches on your knee and ice wave patches on your back and just try what works best for you. I wouldn't say that this is a bad idea. With the X39, definitely only use one. There's no additional benefit. With the, what was the Alvida that Mark is using for his glorious skin? Mark, do you use many or do you just use the one? Like, does it come in pairs? I don't even know. I don't.
I use
Well,
Yeah, you use one overnight. Would you like me to give you a scientific explanation on how the patches work?
go
oh,
for it,
Mark, go ahead.
Maybe I can be corrected if you want to correct me. I compare it to like turning on switches in your body. That's what it does. It activates different switches with the light. So when you go out in the sunlight, nothing goes into your body, but it activates serotonin and gives you certain benefits. When you go out in the cold weather, nothing goes out in your body, but activates all kinds of things within the body. So the different patches, the light that's being emitted into your body is actually kind of like activating different cells. That's the proprietary science. It's almost like programming. It's like there's programmed code in those patches to activate and turn on and off switches, cells. They all pretty much go to your brain first and then throw down the benefits. So I just thought I'd give like that. Am I pretty bang on with that, Sven?
Oh yeah. That's awesome. They used to back in the days. They called not the X39 but the Eon. I think they called it like an operating system chip for
There
your
you go.
body. Right. So it's like a certain piece of software you put on your body and then it just runs better. But somehow they got rid of that. I don't know if they got sued over that, over saying that, but it was just too, they don't use that operating system patch for your body anymore. But it is very much like that. So you give your body a certain impulse, like you would, like going into the sunlight or going out in cold weather, or acupuncture or acupressure, or like there's these tapping techniques where you like do this and then something happens in your body. And the patch is very similar to that. And the whole science, as you said, is like what light waves, what frequencies are specifically mirrored back into your body in that specific point. And that does a whole reaction. So that's in a nutshell how these work.
very good. You both did
So
A.
can I ask them further on that a little bit? So that would tell me that the way that it really works is that each of the different patches is set up to interact with certain parts of the body based on the fact that it is
Light.
what's the word I want to use? A switch, a light switch for your body. So as an example, the energy pack, that one's going to go to your brain and go, okay, we need to put out some more energy into this body via the light that comes in, helps it activate it.
Right.
And yet there's
What it'll do-
specific
what-
points to put that on your body that work the best. And they basically are similar to those acupuncture points, which is why it's important to watch the videos on the individual patches, because they are specifically for certain regions where the patch works the best, that will then send that signal to the brain.
Gotcha. Okay.
Yes. So some patches are very specific where you would have to put them. I mean, you can basically Google everything and then plus light wave patch. So you could, any challenges you have with your body, put it into Google and then plus light wave patch, and you find numerous websites. Some are a little bit better and some are worse, where you find exactly which patch you use and which acupressure or acupuncture point you want to use for that. And then it's only a matter of finding out where that point exactly is. And there's this, just if you're looking for the SP6 point, for example, just type that into Google and you find numerous pictures showing exactly, it's like 4 fingers wide above you, you know, and it's fairly easy to do. You don't have that issue at all with the X39. The X39 you just put in your back and that's it. I mean, with the X39, the most research in science went into that. So you don't have to be very specific where to put it. And I think just for whole body wellness, for whole body stem cell benefits. There's no need to be very specific with it.
With the research and stuff that I've been looking at, I just have a question. It seems like a lot of the research and a lot of the stuff is back from quite a few years ago. And I guess what I'm asking is that because of the fact that and now it's kind of becoming a big thing here in the US, is that because the FDA just approved the X39?
Wellness patch. You will see that on all of these envelopes. They don't make statements about what it does. That's like with any supplement, in the US, you cannot really say, it does this and this and this. So let me check on we have the science tab there. You see all the patents, the scientific papers, so if you're looking at, let's say, the summary of completed studies, I think there's so much on that website. It takes literally a week to go through all of it. Well, I mean, there's some from 2000. They're still, I mean, the last convention, they talked about studies that were still ongoing about effects on the brain, on depression, and all of these things. I mean, if you know anyone who has that sort of challenge, psychological nature, the X39 is a life changer when it comes to depression or any of these things, because they studied with a pilot group of, I think, 25 people, so which is a small group. You got to give that, but they did a 6 weeks protocol with the X39, and the improvements were just out of this world on the brain, on how that works. So I can only encourage everybody to go to the LifeWave website and click on science on the very bottom, and then see all of what they got and compare that to any other company that sells a product. Really, I mean, it's pretty intense.
Have there been any tests or anything on people that have panic disorder, and whether or not the X39 helps with that? Because you said it helps with depression. I happen to suffer severely with panic disorder.
Definitely should give it a try, because the normalizing factors on the brain they are almost beyond proven. I mean, that it's just so immediate on that. Even if you know somebody who has some sort of a, like, don't want to say a disorder, but they feel on the edge sometimes or something, and put the X39 on them, have them drink a glass of water, half an hour later, they will confirm that they feel entirely differently.
I forgot to drink a glass of water half hour after I put it on. Is it too late to drink a glass of water?
No. Have one. Have one right now. But it's best to do it right away. I mean, that's.
Let me go get a glass of water. I'll be right there.
Yes, remind people to drink a glass of water. It does help and get them going quicker.
Absolutely.
That's priceless. Okay. Can someone tell me the difference between the AccuLife and X39? You can't? Nobody? Does anyone?
AccuLife is for horses.
Well, I could, but I let everybody else.
When you can't,
I'm sorry? Who spoke?
Sven can't tell us the difference.
Animals and
Already
humans.
The AccuLife is for horses.
Oh, yeah.
Someone told me, well, people are using them. I said they shouldn't be. They are specifically for horses. Do not use them for yourselves. The X39 is for humans. The AccuLife is for horses. And yes,
and how about
the
other
X39
animals?
on pets, your dogs and cats.
You use what on your dogs and cats?
I use the X39.
And how do they stick on the fur?
Sticky. Or you can put them on top of their collar if need be, or if you bandage something, you can put it on top of the Band-Aid and it will still work.
And watch my dog chew it off.
So like Bambi,
I would just shave a patch off of Bambi's stomach or
Good luck.
Bambi's back. Just shave.
No.
They can't tell. They wouldn't notice.
Seriously, people. Right now, Bambi has an issue, and I don't know what it is. Like, it's like she has something in her ear or something. So I'm just curious, if I put on an X39, I mean, we don't know what it is, so I'm not asking for specifics, but I could actually put an X39 on her and see if it makes a difference.
Yes.
He said, you're talking about me, I'm coming out.
Yeah.
Yes, you can.
And, okay, I was just curious how it would stick through how it would go through the fur and stick on, because
Oh.
she doesn't have long hair, but
Or-
I would just shave a patch on her, a nice big bald patch. It would be way more effective.
That's easier said than done. Are you kidding? Go near a
Mark,
cat, something humming.
you're quite welcome to come to my house and shave this thing.
Nope.
Can I ask what's the difference between, is it a strength difference between the AccuLife and the X39? If you're putting X39 on your pet, is there a difference in the patch for the animals?
I believe it's the animals. Sven, can you answer that in a little more detail?
Yeah, it is. I'm not quite sure about the AccuLife because I've never done anything with horses. I mean, we should get somebody maybe on a call sometimes who did something with horses with that. But it's just with all the patches, they also work on pets because their bodies emit a different, I mean, the light they emit is not as strong as yours maybe. So the the patch only reflects what it gets. So it's always dosed correctly. So if you think, like, you cannot give your cat an aspirin, I mean, you would kill the cat because the dosage is wrong. But you can go to a vet and get a cat's aspirin, and it's like what, 10 milligrams or something. It's a really, really small aspirin you can give your cat. But with the patches, it doesn't matter because it just takes the light waves that come out of the body and then reflects them back. And the cat emits just as much as it needs to be reflected. So that's there's absolutely no risk putting an X39 on a cat or a dog. With the AccuLife, I'm not too sure either. But these are specifically made for horses. So they're not stronger or not as strong, but they use different light wave frequencies, I suppose.
Why don't we just ask the animals themselves?
Would you do
Go ahead,
that?
Mark.
Okay, that'll be your next study, and you can talk about that Wednesday night, Mark.
Yeah,
Carol,
some
you
circus
said-
horses can count.
Carol, you
No,
said you could
you
put
know
it on your
what?
dog's collar
Yes.
and it'll still get into their system. Because I know if I put anything on my dog, he'd chew it right off.
I'm actually going to try this because Bambi is a rescue and she can be very volatile if you come up on her and scare her. And I'd like to see if this calms her down.
Well, there is
Should.
one
It should.
for calming. Do you know which one that is?
For horses and then also a dog or a cat. So the AccuLife is for pets specifically. And even though a horse is larger than, say, a house cat, it doesn't have any contraindication.
No, I wouldn't use the one for horses on your smaller animal.
No, we just said
Yeah.
use X39 on
Oh.
your small animals.
Yes.
Absolutely, yeah.
Now
Yeah,
there's
the Nirvana is the
or-
one that is calming. So this is specifically for calming. I mean, for humans, basically feeling better. Basically, this is the Nirvana patch.
right.
So you might want to try that on an animal as well. I don't see why it wouldn't work, but you know,
It'd be
Give it a
interesting to
shot.
see.
yeah.
We get the Nirvana, like you said, because that is the calming one.
Yeah.
Can the X39 also help to lower blood pressure?
Well, you have
Yes,
to look
there's a
at it
video.
this way.
There's a video.
Yeah.
Oh, sorry, Carol.
Well, go ahead. If you want to talk, I'm happy to.
No, cool. Oh, sorry, Carol. I didn't want. No. Especially for blood pressure, there is a video I saw online. It's probably somewhere on YouTube where a guy actually took the X39 and wrote down his blood pressure every day. As you know, blood pressure is a thing you've got to monitor over time. It doesn't matter what your blood pressure is right now, but what is it over the course of 6 weeks or so? And he wrote it down, and it lowered blood pressure by quite a bit. But still, I mean, talk to your doctor, see that you got your blood pressure in check. I'm not going to say throw out the pills and take the patch. That's maybe not a good idea, but it can, and it has done that to people. So yes, keep an eye on that.
I know my daughter had a baby on April 1st, and less than a week after, her blood pressure shot up real high, and she had to go into the hospital for a couple of days and get magnesium. I went with her because while she was receiving the magnesium, she couldn't get out of bed. So I went to help, take care of the baby. And So they got her blood pressure down some, but it's still kind of high. And her doctor has her checking her blood pressure every day. So I might give her a patch and let her try it and see if it doesn't help her out.
Oh,
Yeah.
absolutely.
Concerned about her blood pressure.
And if it works, you need to continue it because
Right.
what's happening, it's curing her stem cells,
Right.
reactivating them
Right.
so that the
And
body can use them the way it was meant to when we were younger. That's the whole thing about this. That's why this is so huge. No one's been able to break that code. I mean, scientists, pharmacists, I mean, they've been trying to break this for decades and decades. And I just
Mhm.
always think about my dad. He was always looking for the fountain of youth. Bless his heart, he's gone and we have it. But I'm sorry.
Got a question.
Oh, question?
Any issues with pregnant or nursing women? I had a girlfriend ask me that, and I
Yeah.
started searching on the website looking to see.
Well, there.
Yes,
Go ahead, Sven.
we don't recommend it for pregnant or nursing women because just simply they have not done any research on that, and the patches do something to you. You feel everybody feels that. So just to be on the safe side, better not while pregnant or nursing.
Yeah, then my
Just-
daughter wouldn't be able to use it because she is nursing the baby, so she wouldn't be able
Yeah.
to use it.
I guess being pregnant is a little more intense in that aspect than nursing itself, but I would just be on the safe side and not do it at all. I mean,
Yeah, because it is like the baby's stem cells. I don't know if that would do anything there or not.
Right.
But they are in tip-top shape to begin with. Plus, the baby's getting extra immunity from her mom. So yeah, you really don't know what that extra boost in the stem cells will or won't do. Don't have enough, technology on that yet.
Hi, Brian.
How you doing, Brian? You sound tired. Okay, let's see. What about the SP6? Anyone know what that does? Didn't know you were going to get a test today, did you?
No.
Other than Renee or Sven, anyone know what the SP6 does? Nobody? Oh my. Okay, you guys need to start going in your back offices and learning these. It's not that difficult. The SP6 is to help you with weight loss. Yeah, right, Renee?
I need that.
Yeah.
Why didn't you recommend that to me with the X39?
Because the S39 is the most important one for you to start with.
Well, I should have gotten that one along with it.
Okay, well, your next order, which you guys
will.
gotta get your, auto orders put together too. Okay, so that's what that one does. Let's see what
So
other.
does that one, you have to follow a certain diet along with it, or what do you have to do?
Not really, because any extra diet, is fine to watch what you eat, of course, but it doesn't say that.
I eat a lot of chocolate and drink a lot of Pepsi. And potato
Well-
chips.
No wonder.
I guess I'll just be pleasingly plump.
Yeah. Okay, so that one was pretty simple, even though y'all didn't know what it does. Obviously, you all do know what the silent night does. Yes?
Helps you with your sleep.
Right. Okay, I can't see these things. Okay,
I'm curious because I have sleep apnea. I'm curious to see if it helps with my sleep apnea, if I get a better night's sleep because of it.
well, I'll tell you what, I've been off my drugs for sleeping for a week now. So they say they're helping me.
And I was gonna say, and you're still sleeping well.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So when I go to sleep, I tend to be a night owl, but once I do, yes, I can sleep for sure. Okay. What about the Aeon? I don't know that I say that correctly. How do you pronounce that, Sven?
Eon?
Is it Eon or Aeon?
I think so.
correct. Yeah, the Eon.
Yeah.
Yes.
Okay. Who knows what that does? Come on. All right. Y'all get a big F. Mark, do you know? Oh boy.
I do.
You do, Renee. All right, you're hired. It relieves
Well,
stress.
I started recruiting, like I started talking to people about this, and I wanted to be able to highlight, some people are talking about weight loss, some people are talking about, they can't sleep through the night. So I just started researching, and I apologize, I have to leave a little bit early. My children are back in in-person school, and we have a violin program that parents have to be part of. So I have to dip out to head to school. So I apologize if I exit early.
That's fine. No big deal. Understood. Okay. So, and it helps the body relax and all those sort of things. So it's an excellent patch for those type of people who are maybe a little neurotic and stressed and like me all over the place. I guess I should use it. All right. What about, let's see, what else we got here? I don't know how to pronounce this. Carnosine, is that how it's pronounced? Does anyone know what that one is? It's the blue YH. Oh, I'm in so much trouble. Next time you're going to be more prepared, right?
Yeah, well, I'm gonna find out what they all do and write it down.
Yes, you should know all this. It's all in your back office. So you don't know your product line. That's like a big no-no, because if people ask you, what about this? What about that? Will it help this or that? You've got to have your arsenal at the top of your head. Okay.
Mark said we could send them to you.
Do what? Oh, just
Mark said we could
them
send
to me.
I'm trying to be quiet, but I will speak up. I am blown away, Carol. This is brilliant, what you're doing right now. I'm serious.
Well, you got to make
It's
people
brilliant
think.
because I'm going to go study what they do, at least know what they do.
Right.
So this is brilliant. Thank you. This is
Yeah, thank
amazing.
you.
I love this testing thing.
Yep.
We're all going to be tested next week. I have a feeling.
You might. You never know. Okay, so this one will help with.
Slows the age of resetting cells. It's a building block that's in your body already, and this will just help to. It's an anti-aging, and it helps to slow the aging of your human cells, your organ cells.
What specifically though does it do? That's kind of like the X39.
Well, according to you guys, it does something specific, but I sell it as a supplement for many different things, and it also helps with diabetes, which is primarily what I use it for in my business.
Okay, well, this one actually helps to improve your strength, your flexibilities. The thing that I like about it is it improves your bioelectrical system of your main organs. And that's what really kept me on this one. Okay, so it really helps that internal clock of your organs. It's hitting them a little stronger than anywhere else. It's that bioelectrical connection it has to your system. Okay, study up on that one. It is a great patch. And of course, all of these are great within themselves. What ultimately will do the same thing?
X39, baby.
Right on, Renee. Telling you, you are so hired.
Hey, these patches are just like a cheat sheet. I try to get people to take supplements to do these things all day long, and nobody wants to take a fistful of supplements over and over and again. So if I can switch a lot of my lazy clients to something like this, their health is going to be improved exponentially. Hopefully, fingers crossed. I mean, they're really picky people, so.
Yeah, but it is, and it will, because it's your body doing what it was intended to do. Yes. I'm on my neck and on my wrists.
Like I said, I'm going to school today, and nobody's allowed in the school because of this pandemic. And so it happens to be right there, and they're going to say, Renee, what What is that? Did you have a surgery or something? No, actually.
Yeah.
Thanks for asking. That's what I say. Thank you for asking. And I'm sorry, I'm gonna have to say goodbye now because I gotta walk up to the school with 2 violins. Thank you guys. So this is being recorded. I can just pick up at this point.
You'll
and
be
carry on.
in our group later.
You guys are awesome. I love this group.
Thank you. We love you too, Renee. Be safe out there. So I think let me see if I've hit, I don't know if I've hit them all. Let's see.
So I've ordered, and should be getting this week. I have X39. I ordered the glutathione and the carnosone, whatever it is.
Okay.
So should I do like the carnosone with the 39 during the day and the glutathione at night, or the other way around?
Depends on what kind of results you want and when. I mean, it doesn't matter if you use them during the day or the night. Okay. So depending on your personal needs and the results you get and what you're looking for, you'll have to kind of adjust yourself to what your needs are.
So, okay, then my question, I guess, deeper than that is, would it be better to wear 3 of them during the day or 2 and then a different one at night?
Which 3 are you thinking about wearing during the day?
Well, I've got the 3. I've got the X39, the glutathione, and the carnosone.
Well, why don't you wear 2 during the day and 2 at night?
Well, that's what I'm asking. Is it more beneficial to wear the 3 at once and get powerful, or is it better? Would it be better to wear maybe 2 during the day and 1 at night? I always have these weird
You have
questions.
3, is that right?
Mhm.
I think that's more or less a personal choice, but myself, I would do 2 and 1 on whatever shift you want. Sven, what do you think about that?
Yeah, I would take the X39 and the glutathione during the day, and the other one was what, the carnosine?
Yeah.
Yeah, then the carnosine at night, because the only thing is that the glutathione patch might give you slight detox effects where you kind of feel that it does something to you, and that could impede your sleep a bit. That's why I wouldn't wear the glutathione at night. But that's only a personal choice. I mean, and
Yeah.
you can always try it out. I mean,
Yeah.
how it comes out best. But I would do the X39 and glutathione by day and the carnosine at night. And yeah.
I mean, I'm just doing this because of my age, and I haven't taken any health products all my life. So if I can, reverse things fast, that's what I want to do.
Right. Yeah, I'd say do it just like I said. That's probably the best way to start, at least, so that you can always change it up.
Again, it's based on you, your personal reactions, things like that. Okay. All right. So, any other particular questions we need to address from anyone?
Me?
Okay.
Okay. So today, thanks to Mark's pushing, I contacted about 25 people on Messenger this morning.
Good for you.
And I'm only doing 25 because I haven't done anything for a long time and I don't want Facebook shutting me down. So I will do more, but I just have to build up to it. I got 1 response and the person said, yeah, email me the information and I will look at it. And I asked Carol, what would you do? And she said, well, just say that they're going to have questions you'd like to come on a Zoom. And my response was, okay, that's great. However, what if they turn around and say, well, no, I don't have time for that. So my question is, would I just send them information, or would I say, you know what, when you have time, let's do it together? Like, would I play hardball, or would I just send it out and hope they get, and
how did you pitch them?
Yeah.
These are just like my friends on Facebook. And basically what I do is, I mentioned to Mark this morning that I'm going to be doing voice messages. So basically I said, hi, how are you? I know we haven't connected in a while and I hope you and your family are doing well in these crazy times. I just started a brand new business, very excited about it. And if you are open or you know anyone that's open, get back to me. We'll see if there's a fit. If there is, great. If there's not, no worries. And the guy got back and said, yes, send me. So I mean, I know him, but I don't know.
Okay, so I would try my best to find out when they would be available. And I would, if you're using a voicemail, I personally would tell them that this is cutting edge technology that I've just found out about, that everybody wants. It is in the stem cell industry. They've broken the code, and I am looking for directors. This is huge. It's the time to get in. We are worldwide and climbing, and I am so anxious to talk to you. Do you know when you'd have time for a Zoom? Something within that context is what I would try first. I would not want to just send him arbitrary videos, emails, anything where he could pick up the name LifeWave from.
Well, that's why I was wondering why you're saying it's all about stem cells, because I don't know. I don't want to get too technical.
Because they may want to know a little bit about it. That's a personal thing, whether you feel you can do that with this person. Did you check out their Facebook page? Do you know much about him, what it is he's doing or has done or isn't doing?
I know he has a business, and I mean, I will have a conversation with him, but I just wanted to know, is it, and in my feeling is I don't want to send him any information, but I just wanted to know, either you or Mark, how, okay, if you can't meet with me, forget, because I'm very black and white. I just like, either you're interested and you want to talk to me or you don't.
Right. I would say I personally would try to pin him down for a time that you could talk to him. It's all got to get back to what you feel comfortable doing or not doing, but I do my best to get that Zoom call, and I usually do. I haven't sent anybody any arbitration type information like
Yeah.
that.
I have a question.
Anyone else want to comment?
I was going to jump in. Somebody's right before we started, Margaret, you may have asked about what I was doing. I don't know who asked. Anyway, I put it in the chat.
I did.
I know somebody did. Yeah.
I put a message in the chat that I think somebody else used it in Kingsley. Anyway, I copied it. I rewrote it just a little bit. I sat here and I've sent out about 25 messages now with using that. And I've got another one rewritten. That's for a cold market. I've got another one rewritten similar that's for warmer people that I do know. I first look at their profile, find out what they're into. So, I can say something. So it's just not totally out of the blue. And that's what that message does say. This is an out of the blue message. It just says, I'm in the stem cell business. And you can look in the chat and read it. I sent out 25 of those so far. I've already had 2 responses. I'm writing to a person right now in Austria that is very, very enthusiastic about it. After he commented back, said, yeah, I want to take a look. I sent him the stem cell business page, info page, and he watched the first 5 videos. Now he's writing back saying, yeah, tell me more. So far that worked.
Would you mind putting them in our group for others to use?
Well, it's in this chat right now.
Oh, it's in this chat?
Mm-hmm.
I'll grab them, put them up.
Careful.
And believe me, I'm not the best messenger marketer. I haven't sat and reached out to one person after another, but 2 responses out of 25 messages, and those are the people that I know have seen it already. I did have one flat out no. Person just said no, but he was a marketing coach, and hey, that's fine.
I have a question. Remember, Carol, when you first talked with me about this, my perception of stem cells had to do with them using the placenta of aborted babies with it, So would there be another approach rather than saying stem cell? Because that was the first thing that came to my mind. And I said, no, I wouldn't want anything to do with aborted baby placenta.
Stem cell
Somehow
technology,
that's being used in
stem cell technologies within our own bodies. You know, it's not like some people get infused with stem cells. They're not
So
there.
what if I said phototherapy
Yes.
rather than stem cell, so that I wouldn't get people thinking, oh God, no, I wouldn't use that. I don't know.
Well, yeah, this argument I've heard sometimes, but it
Yeah.
is like you got to tell people that they have stem cells in their own bodies anyway. So, and you want to trigger more growth of those. So it's nothing external. I know there is another company that remains unnamed here that actually sells chicken stem cells in capsules, right? Well, I mean, they do work, but then it's like an egg, a chicken egg that's like 9 days old, and then they extract it from that, and there are stem cells in there. There's like there are growth factors in there. It's nothing wrong with that, but it's like a lot of people find this highly disgusting to eat, like literally chicken placenta in this case, because it's a fertilized chicken egg. They take it out often. So that's also, well, it's chicken, so it's not humans, but you get the point. But here we have a patch you put on your body, and your own body triggers a reaction to foster the curation of stem cells. It's basically what the patch does, even though it raises a certain copper peptide. It's called GHKCU, that it raises in your body, and that protects the stem cells in your body and lets them flourish, basically. So it just creates a reaction in your own body. So if you say we're in the stem cell business, I see how some people can be like, oh, no, it's aborted babies, I don't want to have anything to do with that. But it is it's a good opportunity for you to clarify what it really is, right? So just take it as an opportunity to say, yeah, well, we have nothing to do with that. I mean, there's not a single baby ever harmed in the process of these these patches. That is for sure. Not even a chicken baby. So there you go.
Which is why, I use the term stem cell technology, cutting edge technology, to help heal and restore your stem cells. So it's not something that's being used, as Sven said, externally from something else. It is your bodies, and you inject other stem cells from babies or chickens or whatever, they're not yours, and they're still going to be subject to the same radicals and break down. It doesn't fix anything. Okay. That's why it's so important that it is your stem cell bodies and cutting edge technology that scientists have just broke the code for. And that's kind of the terminology that I use. Okay. Any other questions?
Look,
Yeah.
no babies were harmed in the production of these patches.
Hey, Carol,
Yes.
I was thinking, would it make sense, just so I understand or I explain it, stem cell? What if I say, because people are so tuned into the word selfie, which is about you, a selfie picture.
Mm-hmm.
So instead of like yada, 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 oh yeah, it's selfie stem cell. Anyway, I don't know if it makes sense.
Selfie. I don't know. That would be kind of corny in my thoughts. They'd wonder, a selfie stem cell, what's that? It'd be more confusing. I think I would.
Your own stem cells. There you go.
Yes.
Maybe that's better.
Yes, instead of selfie. Yeah.
Okay. Thank you
I
for
wouldn't throw any
listening.
more confusion into it. So, any others? All right. So your homework assignment is to learn your products. Okay. See who can pass the next test. We won't always have a test, but you'll be thrown things, because we need to understand where this information is and how to get it and what you've got. Okay. It's really important. So with that, I guess we can wind it up, unless anyone has something particular they would like to ask. No matter how dumb the question, here's the place to do it.
Is there anything in general you can just post on Facebook?
Anything in
Just put on
general.
your page?
Sure, you can, take any of, ad or whatever and post it on Facebook. Be very careful though, if you use any of LifeWave's logos or information direct so they know that's where it's coming from. You have to be careful that if you do that, you've got to make sure you say that you are an independent.
What about like the picture of the three pictures of a woman aging,
Yeah. Sure, you can use
you could
that.
use something like that and just say, say
I've
something
got
about
one
that.
on my page. It's probably way down now. Go take a look at it. You're free to use that too if you'd like.
Okay.
The key with posting to Facebook is the proper technique is to contact people on Facebook and
Right.
with them, have a conversation. That's the proper technique. I understand that sometimes people want to post something on their wall, but it should only be made strictly to spark interest.
Right.
So that if somebody clicks the like button or makes a comment underneath, you have an opportunity to contact them back and then talk about it. It's really not to make the sale. With a Facebook post, you cannot marry somebody. Nobody will, so keep the posts interesting so that people get curious about what you have there and then take it from there. But don't say, oh, well, I partner with LifeWave. They have the stem cell patch. Here's the link to my LifeWave page. Not going to work. I mean, if you do that, you'll have zero results with that.
Well, what if you just said something like, well, I found something that can help you look younger, and if you'd like to know more about it, say yes and I'll contact you or something like that.
Yeah,
Yes, you keep it generic like that and you're all right.
exactly.
You want curiosity posts.
Yeah.
Exactly. Yeah.
Any other questions? Okay. Then I guess we're going to wrap it up.
Thank
All right.
you.
Okay, you're
Okay,
welcome.
great meeting.
Great.
Thanks,
Thank
Carol.
you.
Yeah, thanks, Carol.
Really
Thanks,
good.
Richard.
Thank you,
Thank you.
Carol.
You're welcome.
Awesome.
Thank you.
Bye.
Thanks,
Have a
Ben.
Wednesday
Bye.
night.
Hi, thanks. Thanks,
Thank you.
everybody.
Bye.
Bye.